Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. To make this oversized bobble sweater cardigan, you're going to need a super bulky yarn and a 10mm hook. So begin by chaining 52. Then single crochet into the second chain from the hook and single crochet then to the very end of your chain. So for your next row, chain 2, turn, then skip that very first stitch and then slip stitch into the next. Then chain 2, skip the next stitch and slip stitch into the next and continue that to the very end. For the next row and for all remaining rows, chain 2 and then slip stitch into that chain 2 space. Then chain 2 and then slip stitch into the next chain 2 space and continue that to the end of the row. Repeat this row over and over again until the piece measures from your collarbone to your hip. Once your piece is long enough, you're going to chain 2, slip stitch into that first chain 2 space, and then continue with that pattern until you reach the middle of the piece. I think I counted 13 chain 2 spaces. So once you get to the middle, you're going to stop there. You're going to chain 2 and turn and go over and over again until this piece measures the same length as your back piece. And then for your other front panel, you're going to attach your yarn to the first chain 2 space right beside the other panel, then chain 2, and then you're going to slip stitch into that same space, and then chain 2, slip stitch into the next chain 2 space, and keep going with that until you reach the end, the corner, and then repeat that over and over again until this panel is the same length as the other panel. So once you have your second panel done, you're going to single crochet up along the side, leaving about a 23cm gap for your armhole. So you're going to attach your yarn to the inner corner of your front panel, and you're going to chain 2 and then double crochet into that same space. And then you're going to move on to the next chain 2 space and put two double crochets into that space, and then continue putting 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space along the front panel. So once you reach the back, you're just going to put 1 double crochet into each stitch. There won't be any definitive stitch, but just find any space really. And then when you reach around to your second panel, you're going to continue putting 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space. So once you've reached all the way around, you're going to turn your piece, and then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to double crochet into that very first stitch, the same space as your chain 2 space, and then you're going to make a front post double crochet. So yarn over and insert your hook around the post, and then continue with as if you were doing a double crochet. So that's your front post, and then for your back post, come in from the back and wrap it around the post, and then finish it off as if you were doing another double crochet. and then continue then all the way around doing front post, back post, double crochets until you reach the very last stitch. And then when you have that row done, just do one more row of front post double crochet. Now you're going to do double crochets all the way around, all around there. Once you've made your row of double crochets all the way around, you're going to chain 2 at the end, turn over, double crochet into that first stitch, and then you're going to do a front post double crochet and then a back post double crochet and continue that all the way around. So once you've gone all the way around, you'll have something like this, so you can just fasten off your yarn. So now to begin with your sleeves, you're going to chain 32. And then single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then continue with single crochet to the very end. So for your next row, chain 1, turn, single crochet into the very first space, then single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So altogether you have 3 single crochets. And then into the next stitch we're going to create a bobble. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch again, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch again, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, you have 5 loops, and then one more time, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, you have 6 loops, and then yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. And then once you have that bobble made, you're going to make 3 single crochet, a bobble, 3 single crochet, a bobble, and continue until you reach the end. So when you reach the end, you're going to have 3 stitches left, so make 3 single crochet. For the next row, chain 1 and then single crochet across, and then do 2 more rows of single crochet. So altogether you have 3 rows of single crochet. Then now for your next row, chain 1, single crochet into the very first stitch, then you're going to create a bobble in the next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the same stitch again, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, you now have 3 left, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull through 2, you have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert into the same stitch again, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, you have 6 loops, yarn over and pull through all 6. And then make 3 single crochets, then a bobble, 3 single crochets, a bobble, and then continue that to the very end. So when you come to the end of this row, you're left with 2 stitches. So into the next stitch, make a bobble, and then into the very last stitch, make a single crochet. And then for the next row, chain 1 and single crochet all the way across, and then do another 2 rows. So altogether you have 3 rows of single crochet. And then when you have those 3 rows done, you're going to repeat from row 2 onwards. So you'll have 6 rows of bobbles. So for the next row, we're going to do some decreases. So chain 1, turn, insert your hook into that very first stitch, and then into the next stitch, pull through, and then pull through 3. That's your decrease, your single crochet decrease. So insert into the hook, pull through, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over, and then bring through 3, and continue that to the very end. When you reach the end, you're left with 1 stitch, so just make a regular single crochet. So for the next row, chain 1, turn, single crochet into that very first space, then single crochet into the next space, then do a single crochet decrease, so insert into the next stitch, insert into the next, yarn over and pull through 3, single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then do a single crochet decrease into the following stitch, and continue that to the very end. So now for the next row, you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to double crochet all the way across. Now for the next row, you're going to chain 2, then turn, then double crochet into that very first stitch, then you're going to do a front post double crochet. So yarn over, wrap your hook around the post, and then do as if you were going to do a double crochet, and then do a back post. So bring your hook from the back, and then continue with your front post, back post, double crochet to the end of the row. When you reach the very last stitch, just do a regular double crochet. So once you're finished, you're going to fold your sleeve inside out, and then single crochet down along that length of the sleeve. Now you're going to single crochet your sleeve to your armhole. Make sure that your sleeve seam is facing downwards, and then continue the whole process again for your second sleeve. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time, take care.